Hello, hello, boys and girls. This is Domination, of course, and welcome to another Black Ops 2 video. Got some SCARA gameplay for you guys here. A little bit of a change up, almost the same setup as I usually use. Got some capture the objective, or what is it? Domination. Yeah, it's called Domination here. I'm so used to saying capture the flag or conquest because of Battlefield and like how stuff used to be named. Now it's kind of named weirdly. Anyways, I haven't really used the SCARA or any real assault weapons that much, and I've kind of tried to use them a little bit more. To be honest, I still like the machine guns or the submachine guns a hell of a lot better, simply because I hate feeling like I'm super slow. I'd rather be running around quickly and like can get behind enemies, but I've pretty much completely stopped using sidearms, to be honest. I never use sidearms anymore. I just pick up someone else's gun if I really feel like I want to, but most of the time I use quick reload, and there's no reason to draw your sidearm if you play smart enough, so it's kind of like a useless thing. Anyways. Oh man, I had such a fucking weird dream tonight. Or I had several dreams, actually. I was waking up from some kind of neighbor, I think going out with their dog, and then I just fell asleep again and had more weird dreams. And I mean, as usual, just as you guys might know, like when you do dream about stuff, you usually don't like remember exactly what the dream was about, but you remember it decently, but not like with a perfect memory, since dreams are kind of lucid, so to say. But it was like extremely weird. Oh yeah, oh man, no, he got me, son of a bitch. We have not a brand, but a chain of supermarkets in Sweden called ICA, and this dream is basically, I think it takes place in one of the supermarkets that I actually been to a couple of times, in a place pretty close to where I grew up. Not basically between where I live now and where I grew up. Not somewhere I shopped a lot, but a few times. But it was an extremely weird dream. The supermarket was way bigger than before, and they kind of pissed me off for some reason. I don't completely remember why in the dream, because as I said, like dreams are kind of lucid and you don't really remember exactly what the hell happened and not, but they kind of like, they took my brother and myself for shoplifting for some reason. And of course we hadn't shoplift. I mean, of course you do illegal stuff like in dreams and stuff like that, and I do have shoplifted once in my life, and I actually got taken straight away, like, and got a stern telling by the people running the store. Luckily they didn't call the police on me, and I never did that again. It was actually like, oh man, how should I explain this in a good way? It basically was gum that costed 50 Swedish öre, and 50 Swedish öre is basically like 10 cents, or like a tenth of a euro. It's very little money. It's very little money. It's hardly no money at all. So it wasn't like Grand Theft Auto or some shit like that. I was like 8 years old, and like I was like, I want this gum, and I took it. Then I got taken by the store manager. He was like, hey dude, what do you have in your pocket? But anyways. So they take me and my brother, and it seems to be some kind of serious charge. For some reason the charge is like conspiracy and like treason against your country. So they lock up my brother like in the basement of this store. And the basement of this store is huge for some reason. I think this has to do with me watching Goods videos and all other guys on the Minecraft server, digging out their plots like completely down to the ground, like Beef and Good and Packrat and all other guys have done, because that's kind of how it looked like. It was like a huge ass hole down there, and I basically decided that I'm gonna fucking get revenge. For some weird reason I didn't decide to like free him or anything like that. I decided I would fuck this fucking store up big time. So I loaded up with a minigun, you know, like the spinning barrels and shit, like the 8 spinning barrels and like 3,000 rounds a minute. and a ton of gasoline cans, and I went to the store and just shut the fucking shit out of the place, like made a million fucking holes in the fucker. Then I sneak in the store, and for some reason, I mean, like, I'm still dreaming, of course, so stuff doesn't always make sense in a good way, because people are still shopping inside the store, and inside the store it kind of looks normal. So I'm like, what the, I'm actually not thinking about this. This is, since I'm dreaming, I'm not even considering it being weird, but since But since when I wake up, of course, I think this is of course weird. When I remember the dream, when I wake up from my alarm, and I start sneaking around it and trying to figure out a good way to actually like set down the cans and like spread the gasoline around and basically set this fucking place on fire to get my revenge. And basically in the middle of that, the dream like just stops, and all of a sudden I'm a carpenter working on a building, really like the highest building in the little, or a really high building actually, like twice as high as any other building in the little town where I grew up and kind of went to school. And I'm for some reason like fixing the roof, and I'm kind of I'm starting to falling off it, but for some reason I can like bend things with my mind, and like, so I kind of like capture. I know this sounds like this. I'm probably describing like the typical like serial murder brain here, and it's gonna be like police psychological people like knocking on my door any minute. But I stopped myself from falling off the roof, and for some reasons there's some kind of really beautiful, good-looking girl that that wants to have sexy time with me, because the only way you can actually transfer like these magical properties of like bending things with your mind and shit like that is sexual. It's kind of like a sexually transmitted disease. So right about when we're getting on with our business, so to say, having a good time, my alarm rings again, like the snooze function rings again, and I have to wake up, and I'm like, God damn it, son of a fucking bitch. And this is something, I don't know if this happens to more people than me, but I'm pretty sure of it, because at least the people I know, this happens to a lot. Like, when you have like the bestest of best shit happening in a dream, or the worst of the worst things happening to you in a dream, you always wake up. So it's like, I mean, of course it happens sometimes that you actually get to have the sexy times with a beautiful girl in the dream, and I mean, like, that's always nice and great, but usually the dream ends just about when you're about to get down and dirty, so to say. I would say 50-50, or like 70% of the time, or 60% of the time, or something like that. It's quite a lot that actually happens. I don't know, is that only me? Is that because I never get laid? Is that because I'm a fucking virgin? I was about to say, but yeah, I'm a virgin, guys. Yes, that's why. Don't tell anybody. Shh. I'm the 25-year-old virgin. They're gonna make a movie out of me. The 25-year-old Swedish virgin. No. But all seriousness, I mean, I find this very weird that, like, whenever you're, like, kind of falling or something like that in a dream, or when you're like, having a really, really good time, fucking fail hacks, didn't even get one single hit marker there, but every time when the absolutely best shit is happening, or when the absolutely worst shit is happening, you always wake up. And to me, it doesn't seem like a coincidence, like, oh, my alarm would ring just that second. It rather feels like dreams are extremely, I mean, like, you don't have the right perception of time in dreams, I would say. And when you're actually dreaming, and like stuff like that happens, like you actually, that kind of stuff happens exactly like at the same time as the clock is ringing. Like, I don't know how to explain it in a good way, but I think God damn it, I suck at explaining these kind of things. I wish my English was better, because these are like English words I've never like used before, so that's kind of why I suck at this. But the English part, or the English part of it, but I just feel that it's very, very strange. It's kind of like the dreams you have take place just like the 10 or 2 seconds before you wake up, but even if the dream seems to be like 30 seconds long or something like that. But anyways, that's pretty much my weird dream. I'm gonna make sure to tell you guys next time I have a weird dream. It doesn't happen that often, but as usual, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.